Today, in my leadership podcast, I'm going to talk about dealing with setbacks and moving forward. You see, in life and ministry, we will be confronted at various times with setbacks. Setbacks can be enormously discouraging, even disillusioning. At such times, many may be tempted to shrink back. But God is not pleased with people who shrink back in their faith. The Bible tells us in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 38. It says, "But my righteous one will live by faith, and if he shrinks back, I will not be pleased with him." Leaders, in particular, we ought to learn to deal with setbacks and continue to move the group or organization forward. Setbacks are not necessarily a bad thing. Indeed, it can be very helpful for our learning and growing. Lauren Cunningham tells the story of YWAM's first purchase of a ship for their missions. Having received a prophetic vision of a ship, they stepped out in faith to raise the funds, and they deposited a down payment for an old ship. And it was with great enthusiasm that they began to restore the ship, and everything seemed to be going well. Then one night, Lauren Cunningham had a dream where they had completed restoring the old ship and commissioned it. Yet, as it set sail, there was a lone figure left behind on the dock. It turns out to be Jesus. You see, they had got so caught up with the ship that they actually lost focus on Jesus himself. Since that day, everything began to unravel, and they could not raise enough funds to complete the purchase of the ship. As a result, they lost the ship. Cunningham had to call their major sponsor of the ship to inform the gentleman that the huge sum that he had invested has been lost. The sponsor was very gracious. He said, "The most important thing is that your organization has learned the lesson that God intended." So, how should we approach setbacks? I will recommend the following 5 actions for us.